Well, just picture it. Suki sitting in the corner and, well, just, Suki tries to talk a little and, well, just, Suki rises up to speak and she almost, oh, pooh. Suki sits back down politely and here's hoping that, 'cause I don't have a clue. Oh, words, I can never find the words. Oh, I can never find the words. All these words inside me now, but not much inner peace. All these words inside me now, just aching for release. I'd like to talk about the night. I'd like to talk about the day. I'd like to talk about the weather, but I guess that's just cliche. I'd like to talk a little Latin, maybe talk a little Greek. I'd like to talk about the arts. Oh, I rented Hamlet just last week. I'd like to talk about my poems, why I shy away from rhymes. I'd like to talk about that letter I have published in the Times. I'd like to talk about Euripides and Schopenhauer and Bach. And if there's any doubt remaining, I'd be happy just to talk. But words, I can never find the words. I'd like to talk about the deepest sort of secrets that I hold. I'd like to talk about the underlying truth, if truth be told. Talk about the touching that can bring the tension out. I'd like to talk about the things I guess I shouldn't talk about. Talk about my feelings when the lights are turned down low. I'd like to talk about my needs above the covers and below. I'd like to talk about my fantasies by light of evening star. I'd like to talk about a lot of things. But words. I'd like to talk about the world I never get to see from home. I'd like to talk about Caracas and the Pleiades and Rome. Talk about the rise and maybe talk about the fall, or maybe talk about the doings at your basic bacchanal. Oh, not that I get proof, but when it's all been said and done, I mean, you gotta give them this Roman shark and have some fun. And then of course you've got the French, the Pakistanis, and the Dutch. And tell me, Daryl, is it me or am I talking way too much? I'd like to talk about the heroes that can always give me hope. I'd like to talk about the Bergerac and Batman and the Pope. Talk about the future, maybe talk about the past, or maybe talk a lot of nothing, only say it really fast. Talk about society, or talk about the rot. I mean, I'd talk about the egrets. No, I'd really rather not. I'd talk about the meadows and the flowers and the birds. I mean, I'd talk about it all if I could only find the words. I'd like to talk a bit of this, and maybe talk a bit of that, and maybe talk a little photo road and chew a little fat. Talk about the A's and maybe talk about the Z's and try to make it through the alphabet as pretty as you please. Talk about a book, or maybe talk about a player, maybe talk about a million things I'll never get to say. I talk about myself, but who would give a damn? I mean, I talk about a lot of things, and look at me, I am